Hi guys, Cameron here, and today we are going to be looking over hobby resolutions and kind of what I've done and what I'm hoping to do in 2022. So I had 5 hobby resolutions, mainly it was 4. The 5th one pertained to my Instagram and kind of what I was going to do with that. They were mainly based on kind of just what I thought I could get done and achievable and all that sort of stuff throughout the year. Sorry, this is going to be a much more relaxed video than normal. I'm going to be sitting here drinking a tea the whole time. So yeah, I've got them up on my iPad next to me, and I'll go through kind of what I managed to do and what I wanted to do. I did have a post about this on my Instagram when the year started. I think it was the second post that I ever did on my Instagram this year, back in January. I think it might have been January 2nd actually. But yeah, New Year's resolution 2021 for my hobby. Number 1, there is various bits and bobs on this. What I'll do is, if I have achieved them, I will try and do some editing skills. We will see how that goes, where I will post up photos of these things where I managed to achieve them. So there is painting to start off with. So paint all of Night Vault. I managed to paint all of Shadespire last year, in 2020 I mean, and I only had I think 3 warbands for Night Vault paint, and I did not manage to paint that. It just never happened. I never really cared to keep on going with that. I haven't played any Underworlds this year, or certainly not much Underworlds this year, so I kind of haven't cared to sit back and paint away them, even though they are 4 or 5 models. They're nice break up portions of kind of hobbying for me, but that's not happened. Another one was paint 500 points of Rangers of Ithilien. Now these are all under the painting headline. So yeah, paint 500 points of Rangers of Ithilien. That one I have managed. I've actually managed to paint up about 750, maybe 800 points. I took them to an 800 point tournament. I had to borrow, I think, 10 Rangers, so I'm 10 Rangers short. I had to borrow them from my friend Matthew, which, thank you very much. I still have them, actually. I need to give them back. So yeah, 750 points, 800 points of Rangers of Ithilien I managed to paint up, roughly. We'll call it 750. And hopefully you're seeing a photo of them on screen now. Another one was 750 points of Lake Town / Iron Hills. That's not managed to happen. In fact, I've not even bought the full army. What I have managed to do is I've managed to paint a couple of the heroes, Hilda, Percy, and Bard. And then all I've done is I've built the rest of them, or the rest of what I have. I still need to buy another box of Lake Town Militia and another box of Lake Town Guard, actually, to round off the army and kind of have it all. I've got a lot of Iron Hills. They're built and sitting in a box. Not really done much with them. Paint up a basic droid army, and this is for Star Wars Legion. Now, this I have managed to do in kind of the grand scheme of things. Kind of depends on what you say about a basic droid army is. Now, what I've managed to do is paint up 4 Droidicas, 18 B1s, Darth Maul, Count Dooku, not Count Dooku, General Grievous, don't own Count Dooku, and I think that's about it. So there is the basics of a droid army there, but it's not what I meant. Or maybe it is, I don't know. There's enough there for me to be happy with the fact that I've successfully done that. And that was done a good while ago, apart from the Sith drones, which I only managed to do last week. Probably the easiest part of that box, and I just never bothered getting around to them. So yeah, done that. And the last one that is kind of painting based is finish off Blackstone Fortress. So I've finished the core set of Blackstone Fortress, painting wise I mean. I've painted up the Ambull and the 2 wee critters from that when they came out. Even ran a competition for that at the local Warhammer store. And then I've done the heroes from Escalation. I think that might be it. Or maybe no, I've done all of Escalation. I've done all the bad guys from Escalation, and then that's pretty much it. So there's still like 4 expansions that I still need to paint for that, and I haven't managed to do that this year. Now, I'm gonna say that that's okay that I haven't done that. Now, purely for the reason that Curse City came out. We didn't know Curse City was going to be a thing when I made these hobby resolutions, and as much as I still own Blackstone Fortress, still really enjoy playing Blackstone Fortress, and I've never played a game of Curse City at all. I have painted up the 60 models that came in Curse City. I painted it up 7 times actually, because I did a commission for, I did 6 commissions for that, and the 7th box was my own. So it's not a success on that, but at the same point, I also don't see that as a particular big failure purely because I have managed to achieve painting up Curse City, which is the new version of Blackstone Fortress in a sense. Who knows, I would like to revisit Blackstone Fortress, but I'm not going to put that in my 2022 hobby resolutions. So now we go into hobby resolution part 2, or number 2. And this says, build a 4x4 table of Lake Town terrain. Hasn't happened at all. Haven't even looked at my Lake Town houses for a good while, unfortunately. I got them in my Secret Santa gift last year from the GBHL, and I haven't touched them since, unfortunately. I can only apologise to my Santa. They are sitting in a cupboard. 3 of them are built. I think I have 8 total, maybe 9, and I'm going to downgrade that from from 4x4 to a 3x3, purely because I have 9 1x1 bits of wood cut, and what I plan on doing is making the terrain completely modular in the sense of each 1x1 tile can be placed in any location on the board, and it'll still work as a viable table. So a little bit of work needs to be done with that, and I need to see exactly how I'm going to do it, how much resin I'm going to then need to pour on it to make the water feature for the terrain and all that sort of stuff. But I am still wanting to do it. It will hopefully happen, I just don't know when. I'm going to put it in my 2022 resolutions though, just to see kind of if it does happen. Another one was do a Rohan / Dunland display board for armies on parade. Now, this didn't happen. I always wanted to do this since the Rohan houses came out, and I have managed to paint up one of them. You can hopefully see it on screen just now, who knows. But and this one I suppose will be for board when it comes to it, but it didn't happen for armies on display. Now, what did happen is Arwen versus the 9. This was something that wasn't meant to happen. I never anticipated, never planned on doing this. The reason this happened was because the 9 got re-released, so I bought them. Quite simple. I had Arwen and Frodo on horseback, so I did this. So as much as I didn't do a Dunland display board or Dunland sacking Rohan display board for armies on parade, which is what I would like to have done, I did do something, and I did do a display board, and I did enter armies on parade. I got golden armies on parade actually with this, so I'm happy with it. I'll have that as a tick saying I've done it. We will see if my plan is still to do a Rohan Dunland one, because I love the terrain kits, and I would love to have a display, not even a display board, have a tabletop 4x4 for this. So I do plan on it. It's not going in my 2022 though. Number 3 of my hobby resolutions for 2021. Win a game with Farharad and Azog's Legion. Tick. Done and done. Quite simply. I won a game with my, not Azog's Legion, with my Farharad. I had Mummuks and Camels, or Mummuk and Camel. I won that at Nightly Gaming back in August, I think it was, potentially. Maybe October. and it was against 97 hobbits. And I trampled them to death with that mummock. It was Reconnoiter that we played, and turn 1 and turn 2 took my mummock to getting up the board. Turn 3, I broke my opponent, and turn 4, I quartered him and got my mummock off the board. And at that point, I won. It was beautiful. I can't remember the gentleman's name off the top of my head, unfortunately. I don't have my wee little tournament book with me that I always keep all that information in, but hats off to you. He did win the wooden spoon, so at least I helped him achieve that. You're welcome. Azog's Legion, I took them to Scouring of Stirlingshire and lost every single game with them. There's 3 games that I played with them. They were very close games, I thought, and I did real well with them. I thought it was going to go well, but it just didn't. I don't know why. It kind of flopped right at the very end. However, I did win all my practice games with them, bar, I think, 1, and that was against my friend David. You're a dick. But he'll be commenting down below now. But every other game that I played with them, I managed to win, or every other practice game, sorry, I managed to win. They are a very good army. People are just better than me at tournaments. Note the acquisition of multiple wooden spoons I now have. Number 4, do the GBHL Secret Santa again, twice if I can, and go all in to the highest tier. Done. Absolutely done. No questions about it. There should even be a video on my channel right now about it, or it'll be going up. I'm not too sure when. Soon enough. It'll be on there. You'll see that I went for the Hero of Legend, and no problems with that. Bit number 5, and like I said, this was for my Instagram. My plan was to have 250 posts up on my Instagram and 1,000 followers on there. As of right now, let me just refresh this. There we go. I have 326 posts, so 76 more than I anticipated. I'm all right with that. And 1,305 followers, at which point I am more than happy with that. And that's absolutely fantastic. It's blown me over the moon that that's happened. I can't remember the gentleman's name, or lady, I can't remember at all who it was that got me my 1,000th follower, but thank you. And then thank you to the other 300, and thank you to the other 1,000 people and everyone who follows me and likes my stuff and comments and everything. It's much, much appreciated. You are absolutely fantastic human beings. But on to 2022's resolution. Or resolutions, I should say. I've broken this down into kind of 3 categories. Hobbying, Instagram, and actually YouTube. Because I've started this YouTube channel this year. I think I started it back in April. And I'm not very good at uploading things constantly, and I like to blabber, as you can see with this. But I thought I'd give it a bash, and I'm more than happy with it. So, what are my hobby resolutions this year? These ones are much easier. Number 1, no new armies. No new armies at all, okay? So what I can do is I can buy stuff for existing armies that I have. That's things that I have multiple models for already. So I've got multiple hobbits, so I can do that. I've got Radagast Alliance stuff, so I can do that. I've got a few things for Mirkwood Elves, like Thranduil and Elk and Legolas. That doesn't mean I can do a Mirkwood army, okay? So unless I finish all the armies that I currently own, I am not allowed to start a new army. That is my biggest hobby resolution. Any new releases or made to orders, I am allowed to buy, purely because I'm supporting my Hobbit hobby, and the made to orders are not going to be around for long. That does not mean that if I buy all the Easterlings new stuff, I can start an Easterling new army. No, that just means I can have that Easterling stuff. Okay, same with made to orders. The Balrog is coming back in a January made to order, actually 2022 made to order. I don't think we know it's January. Doesn't mean I can start a Moria army. Even though I have 13 Moria goblins already, doesn't mean I can start a Moria army, because that isn't enough to warrant this army. Number 2, finish off projects that I start this year. So if I start doing the Radagast Alliance army, finish it. Finish it up to that 800 points or 1,000 points, roughly-ish army. I don't see why I'm leaving things when I'm like, oh yeah, great, done. Because I bought the bats as soon as the bat... Oh, sorry, this is for Azog's Legion. I bought the bats as soon as the bats came out. Picked them up and they went in a cupboard. And they haven't been painted until I needed them for scouring a Sterling Shower. And then I painted up 4. Actually, you saw me build them on the channel when I did my legit versus recast video. Because I bought another 2 off eBay and they were... was it eBay? I bought another 2, wherever it was. And they turned out to be recast, so I showed off the comparisons. So yeah, finish off projects this year. Number 3, post every mini that I paint this year. Now, this is something I actually have done this year, and this is why, instead of just reaching the 250 mark on my posts, I have posted every single miniature that I have painted this year. Now, let me pull up the picture that tells me all this. The algorithms and all that sort of rubbish. In 2021, I have posted 145 posts on my Instagram. Now, I will admit, not all of these are of the models that I've painted. For example, there's me at Scouring a Sterling Shower, winning my wooden spoon, me at the 2 Imps down in Lincoln, which is Harry Parkhill's event, winning the wooden spoon. There is my top 8 posts. It's me receiving my hero quest, a couple from YouTube, gold in the Armies on Parade, that sort of stuff. So I understand that not every single one of those posts is a mini I've painted, but I've posted every mini that I have painted, which has got to be about 120, 130 of those posts. So out of 145 posts, 130 plus, I'll say, is of me painting minis, and that is what I want to do again this year. Every mini that I paint will be posted on my Instagram as an actual main post, and I don't know, there'll then be stories and all that sort of stuff to go along with it. Number 4, I mentioned the 4x4 of Lake Town that I would have liked to have built this year. It didn't happen, so 4x4 isn't going to happen. 3x3 of Lake Town. Hobby resolution. Done. Nothing more to say. Number 5, for the hobby side, take part in the GBHL Santa. Highest tier. Whatever it is, I love it. It's an absolute amazing thing that Sebastian and his partner Val do. Take part in it. There's nothing more I need to say there. Now on to the Instagram stuff though. So Instagram is where I post most of my hobby content, as you've heard. For those who are interested, this year, like I say, 145 posts so far. That'll probably reach 147 because I have another 2 things that I would like to post up. 15.2 thousand likes across all my posts, and 489 comments currently on my posts. With my most liked post being Frodo and Sam in orc armor, which hopefully I can post up here just now for you to see. So yeah, what I would like to do this year is I'd like to reach 400 posts. So I'm currently sitting, like I said, on 326 posts. So 74 posts before the end of 2022. I think I can manage that. I'll manage that, I'm sure. I'd like most of them to be painting, but there will be the occasional other shots of various other things. Me winning wooden spoons, probably. Second thing of an Instagram, I've only got 2 for Instagram and 2 for my YouTube. I'd like to get to 1,750 followers. So I'm currently sitting at 1305. I've just refreshed it again to make sure. I'd like to get to 1750. If you'd like to help me with that, there will be a link down below to my link tree, at which point you can get through to all my social medias, and I'd appreciate any help with any of that. Honestly, it blows my mind how I'm at the point I am already. But yeah, so 400 posts, 1,750 subscribers. Shouldn't be too hard. YouTube. I would like to get to 250 subscribers. I'm currently sitting at 192 subscribers. I've just had to look at the iPad again. You'll see that this light's constantly changing just to kind of get to that stuff. That's what, 58 subscribers I need to get. Hopefully I'll manage it, we'll see. Who knows, this video might bring in those 58. I'd love to obviously get to 1 million, or whatever, I don't know, I don't know when you get your play buttons and shit from it. But I'd like to get to the 250. The 250 will be what makes me happy, and anything more than that will blow my... In fact, anything up to that blows my mind. Anything after that will... And the second thing, I'd like to continue my hobby vlogs. Now, I know that I missed November's. November's is coming in December's, as well as part of December's. But I'd like to get the hobby vlogs and make sure that I continue them. They are great fun. I really enjoy it. And yeah, it's nice to have, as much as I post the Instagram photos, it's nice to have another place that I've kind of got that dedicated diary entry almost. It's just good to have, and sure, people see it. My family know where it is, so they get to see my wonderful face. But hell, they've had what, 21 minutes, 21 and a half minutes already of my wonderful face, as have you guys. Honestly, put me on in the background. Don't ever watch my stuff, just listen. But yeah, so that's kind of one of my things. Keep my hobby vlogs going and reach 250 subscribers. But yeah, that is my hobby goals for 2021 and kind of the roundup of what happened with them. And then this is me on record saying what I would like to do for 2022. What have you guys done this year? Or what would you like to do next year? That is something I've always been interested in. I always badger my friends to do hobby resolutions. So David, Dylan, Jesse, Mark, Gary, anyone else, Chris, Nathan, I'm calling you out. Fucking comment below. Tell me what you want to do, because you're not doing it in my group chats as you normally do. So yeah, tell me what you want to do for your hobby resolutions this year. Tell me what you've done this previous year for your hobby resolutions, if you've managed to achieve them. If you've not, hell, throw a video up like this on your channel. I'd love to see it. I'll sit and watch it. I'll like it, comment on it, subscribe to your channel, all that sort of jazz. It's great. With that, I will bid you farewell. Please check the links down below. There is affiliate links, there is links to my Instagram, Facebook, all that sort of stuff. Any way that you can support me, I really appreciate. Element games are absolutely fantastic. Like I say, link down there. But yeah, take care. Have a wonderful Christmas, wonderful New Year. And Christmas will have been, I don't know. Depends when this gets uploaded. Wonderful Christmas, wonderful New Year, and I will see you in 2022. Take care for now, and bye-bye.